Hi. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm waiting for my car to warm up so I can go Christmas shopping because I did leave it last minute. I was asked if I could share a story about my long arming journey. It's not really a journey. I went to the long arm for the first time 3 years ago. There's a lady that I know from church who has one in her basement, and she was very kind enough to offer it up to me. So she really helped me a lot with figuring out how to use her machine. I used a paper panto on the back of the machine and I just traced it with a laser. That's the original willow quilt that I did for my brother, so that was a pretty good experience. I don't remember much about the specifics on that. It was a long time ago. There's been a lot that's happened since then. And if I had to go back and do it again, I don't think I'd redo anything differently about that quilt. I enjoyed the experience. I was just a lot younger. I was like a baby, 18-year-old, still in my first, I think it was like 6 or 7 months into quilting, so just a little girl. It was a good experience. I enjoyed it. It was a big quilt. I did it in one day. I did a video on it, but I did not film it. I didn't bring my camera with me. I was still pretty new into YouTube, so that was the first time I had a long arming experience. The past year, I guess, has been the second installment of that. So there's a quilt studio in my area. I had heard from the lady from the church that they have a long arm you can rent, but you have to take their class before you can rent it. I'm making some squeaky noises here. And I decided this past year that I wanted to learn some skills. I don't know if it was a resolution so much as I just wanted to broaden my horizons a little bit. If I don't intentionally seek out stuff, I find that I get very stuck. So I have to say, yes, I want to learn this skill. Here's how I'm going to do it. So I signed up for that class. I completed it in one afternoon in February. It was very good. The facilitator was very kind and knowledgeable. Very new machine though. I think we were the first class that had used it. So that was interesting. Some problems, but honestly, it's better to have a few hiccups and then you can find out what the hiccups would look like, how you solve them, that sort of thing. Then I got booked into, I think 2 or 3 weeks later, something like that. It was during March. I was not prepared. I had no quilt ready and I was not entirely sure how I was going to come up with something for that. I ended up panicking and not thinking through a decision. I made a very nice quilt top and I used a very scrappy backing. That's the mistake. It didn't connect to my brain, even though she had said you only want to have one seam and you want it to be horizontal, so that when you get to that point and you're long arming over it, you don't have to go over, like if it's vertical, you have to go back and forth over it all the time, all the way down the quilt. If you only have it horizontally, you really only have that part once, right? Yeah, so I rolled up on my day off. It was a Thursday, with my nice top, scrappy backing, great batting. I hadn't taken measurements. It wasn't even perfectly square. It was big. I am not saying I made all the mistakes, but I was not prepared, and there's a lot that happened at that time that it makes sense why I ended up crying in my car afterwards. So she was really, 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 really kind, and I cannot stress that enough. I've met so many kind people as a quilter, and she said we can rebook, so I think we did about 2 weeks later, and I had a smaller quilt, which was the rainbow log cabin. Much smarter idea. I was like, I'll just go really small, because that way I know for sure I can get it done. Even if I don't use all the time up, then, you know, I'll have one quilt done. It's good. So the original appointment was for the blue willow, which I just completed, I guess last month. I guess that would have been November. and I hand quilted that one, which was a smarter idea. I just found it to be really stretchy, to be honest, so be a little bit smarter about your long arming decision. With the rainbow log cabin, very, very great experience. I wanted to free motion it, I think that's what I'm calling that. And I just didn't have the brain space when I was there to say, hey, I don't want it computerized. Not because I'm not against computerized long arming. I just wanted to, like, you know, go and have some fun and see what it would feel like and do that again. But I ended up having that set up as a computerized quilt, edge to edge. So her and I just kind of watched it because the machine was having a couple little hiccups. We were both still kind of figuring out the software, all of that sort of stuff. I don't remember. I think it's the Amara. It's a very big one. If I go back, I'm not sure if I will, but I will definitely do a video on that, just so you know. I have not been back since March. It's December as I'm recording this video. I might go back next year. Currently, I don't have the money to spend on that. It's not expensive. It is definitely cheaper to spend your own free time and a little bit of coin and long arm it yourself than to send it off to somebody if you have the time to spend and if you have a little bit of coin. Lately I have not had the little bit of coin, and actually I worked this week, so I have not had the free time. I am going Christmas shopping right after this by myself. I'm a little scared. I'm not scared of the Christmas shopping. I'm scared of not being able to find what I need. That's okay. I'll be alright. But that was just a little quick one on my long arming experience. My car is ready to go, so I have to go. But let me know what you think. Would I long arm again? Yes, if I have money, if I have time. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go. Thank you for listening, and like and subscribe. Okay, bye.